Okay. Let's see. Okay. Okay, I think we're up. Let me see. Okay, a little bit. There we go. Alright guys, welcome back. Welcome back to the dark side. Okay, 1 second. Welcome. Oh, what's happening there? Hey Lionel, what's up? Okay, so hi Michael, thank you for joining. Give me a minute, I'm trying to set something up here. How's everybody doing today? Okay, I think I saw some news. I think another layoff news or something. That would be cool to talk about. So far, more layoffs. Yep. I think I saw Vinsinga. Vincing news on Jamie. Is that the one? Hi Jed, thank you for joining. Haven't seen you in a while. What the hell? Where the heck is the news? Oh, I think it's right here. Okay, found it. No, but that was like a long time ago. Since 21. I just saw it like run. Maybe they rerun this type of news. I just saw something today. But anyway. Alright, let's get to the show. Thank you so much for joining. So, how's everybody doing today? Of course, you know, this is on my thumbnail right there. So, of course, technically, it is the Best Buy, right? Of course, we know that the analysts out there, they don't want us to buy into GameStop. We all know why. So that's neither here nor there. But I just thought it was interesting that TradingView is giving a rating of buys for for GameStop. Pretty refreshing, right, to see that. Friday we see a price action that's pretty nice for a while for GameStop to just like, and then it's just consolidating like that. Pretty cool to see. Let's see, as far as, hold on, let me see the chat or the chart here. So I am thinking that this might be the bottom, but who knows? Anything could happen. Jerome Powell is going to speak sometime this month, right? So I think it's going to be something of concern. Obviously, he could raise the rate and freak the market out. We've seen a lot of sell, like from the big guys out there, like Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg, JP Diamonds, right? They've been selling their own shares, right? Not Jimmy. I'm sorry. I'm talking about their own shares. So usually that's indicative of something. Like these are the big guys out there that see all the data in the world, and why would they be selling their own shares right now, right? So perhaps they're kind of preparing for March rate hikes, or even, I don't know, lowering the rate so quickly because it's indicative of something kind of about to break, right? That's just what I'm thinking. So I'm thinking, like, just be careful. Even though you see the run, it might not be it. But of course, like we've been in this company for a long time, so I've seen everything under the sun, so to speak, right? You could see a gap up and then go and never go, or a gap down and just stay there for a little while to scare more people. But yeah, in my opinion, it's better to prepare for the worst and hope for the best type thing, right? So that's just me. Okay, let me read the chat real quick. Bitcoin going up. I know I saw that. Let me see. So yeah, I don't know. Is it gonna reach all-time high or not? I don't know. I mean, it's fitting because of the inflation, obviously, and now it's being seen as a value stored type of asset. So it's fitting that it's going to run for a little bit. My guess was wrong, and I don't know how. I haven't started a position in Bitcoin yet, but I do have some XRP and other altcoins here, and so I'm not completely missing out on the run here if crypto were to run. But as far as like a big position, I used to have more. Now I only have half of what I have in crypto. So, which is fine. I mean, there's always an opportunity elsewhere. In my opinion, I'm right now, very high conviction. I have very high conviction in GME, so that's where I'm parking my money right now. I have a strategy on, to take some kind of advantage of the low, low price point right now on GME. My strategy is always like accumulate as much shares as possible, and perhaps Leap's call option for now, just for the short-term trade. I'm hoping if we're doing a quick run from here to $30 or whatever, I could make a quick profit and hopefully use that money to survive. Whatever, just for the time being, while I'm holding, the rest for the long term. So however long term it is, I don't know. I always have a thing in mind where the S&P 500 has to come to play first before I start selling off of my long-term, right, portfolio. So that's what I'm waiting for. And the midterm one, which I still have mostly, what is it? Try to think of the option term here. What? Cash secure, yeah, cash secure put. I pick a strike price of $20. I know I'm not supposed to be doing that, but I'm expecting the run to go up there, and so if not, hey, I get to own GME at $20, but then I get to keep the premium from that. So it's a long dated one. It's like 2025, so I don't know if I'm smart to do that, but of course, like, I don't mind owning GameStop at $20. So that's what I did on my mid swing trade account. So yeah, I'm just also about. I'm pretty what is it called? Highly convicted in this company here. Just watching Dumb Money again. So good. I know. I mean, I like the comedy of it. You know, it's very funny movie to watch, but I really think that they don't really tell the whole story, right? The fact that they don't even mention Ryan Cohen, that's like the focal point of the story right there, you know, and the fact that they don't even, you know, it's like, it seems like their concerted effort to make people believe that it's end at some point, like it's you know, it's already happened and these people are losing money and all that stuff, right? The character that plays the nurse or something, like she's still, I hope she's still holding to her position, right? And so, but I don't know, yeah. I do like the movie too, but I just think that most important piece of information, they did not, you know, play it well. Now is the time to buy Jimmy. Yes, of course. Hello everybody, be more. Thank you, Sean. Honestly, I don't even know my cost base since I just bought all the time, and my account is spread throughout Computer Share, Fidelity, and E-Trade. Yeah, of course, like, you know, but people who are long-term investing, they don't really care. And of course, like, if you're bullish about the company, you know, the only way to do it is just to buy, you know, small amount at a time. And I think that's smarter too, because for me, my cost average in one account, my long-term, you know, like Roth IRA one. So currently I have two. I just opened a new one recently. But the older one that I've started since 2017, that I chipped away a little bit at a time, that one I went all in on GME, and I just take a look at it today, and it was my cost average on that one was $45 actually. I always thought it was like 42, but yeah, my cost average was 45, and at the time I was like all in on that, right? Because when I, you know, sell out, and I explained to you guys before, I kind of chipped in a little bit at like $60. This is before the split, and no, sorry, $60. Hold on, let me make sure I got it right. So I started my position on that account over here, but again, I chipped it a little bit at a time, you know, 20% here, 10% here, 10%, you know, and like little at a time, until I, you know, went all in, like fully, like 100% in that account. I think I went all in right here. And so all in all, if I were to add up all of that buys, it ended up being 45. Sorry, my dog is stirring about. So 45 something. Let's see, like around this this price point. So yeah, I mean, like, that's just one account, right? And then now I'm starting a new one right here, where my cost average now is like 1483. And so that's a sweet spot right there. But of course, like, this is a smaller amount because I just started this one this year, and so I'm hoping, you know, the next year, if the price is still low enough, I'm gonna accumulate more. I'm hoping it's not gonna run, like, well, I'm sure, you know, most of you probably hoping for the run this year. But I'm hoping that I could accumulate more before the run, you know, just to take advantage of the tax-free Roth IRA accumulation here. But even if it runs right now, I'll be fine. At least, I have my short-term, trading account that technically I could stash in, later on after the price coming down and the company is doing better. Like, regardless, this company is going to be for life, right, for me, right? It's a matter of, like, whether the run is going to be too high for me to start a position. But even after the run and everything just calmed down, this company is still a good company to earn, in my opinion. Of course, like, assuming there's going to be a squeeze coming, right? So, fundamentally, there's a squeeze in the fundamental too, right? It's just like slow for most people to know about the fundamental of this company. But yeah, thank you for sharing that though. Let's see. So let's take a look at what I was going to show you. So I think Robinhood, if you look at Robinhood right now, people are excited again. Look, let me see. Is it still the same? So you know how Robinhood, they have like a 24 hours trading? And apparently, GameStop just went straight up to 15.20. Now it's at 10. But this type of overnight trading, it just doesn't make sense, right? I bet you anything in the morning, comes in the morning trading, it's going to drop back to the original position. So this is another way for them to, I guess, manipulate the price up and down and try to skim off of a few shares here and there, in order to make people like pay more for the shares, so that I don't know what they are going to do with that. But it's just curious to me that it's allowed even to be traded 24 hours a day. It's like ridiculous, right? I don't know if it's a form of manipulation here. And of course, there's still this coins that is being created for this run and all that stuff. Again, these are all distraction, right? So yeah, people are gonna fall for this. Anyway, it is what it is. Retail investor getting frisky. What is this? See, like, feeding the, I don't know what this is about, but, and of course, like, they're tethering AMC with it. Spice, okay, AMC, GME is blue, SPY is orange. So there's a deviation of that. So either GameStop's gonna catch up to the SPY, or the SPY is gonna come down to catch up with GameStop. I think it's gonna be both, in my opinion. Of course, they're pumping the GME coin, right? Again, like, I have no qualms about people investing in meme coins here, but just so you know, if you do, please be careful. Nobody's shorting the meme coin, okay? But like, there's only one company that they're shorting right now, right? So let's look at the short interest real quick. I haven't looked at this slide for a while, or this website for a while. Pretty curious to see. So it seems like the short interest is relatively the same. I feel like it maybe 1% more than I remembered. I think I remember it used to be like 21%, right? So that's good. 20 days to cover. Obviously, that depends on the volume at each days, right? And still, 60 million shares being shorted, right? Of this whole company. That's pretty large right there. Again, this is just short interest that is being reported, okay? And so one day ago, so they're trading in the weekend too? Is that what's going on? It's ridiculous, right? Again, like, you can't even trade on the weekend, but for some reason they could borrow the share and do some shenanigans with it. So there seems to be shares available to short still, which is, hey, if it's legal, it's legal. What can I say? this is the cost to borrow, and it seems like a very low cost to borrow, and so this is why they're emboldened to short it, because they only have to pay 1% for that, which is mind-boggling to me. But usually that's indicative of, like, nobody wants to short this, right? This is why the cost to borrow is very low, right? It's counterintuitive. If it's high, meaning that's high demand. And so that's how I'm reading this. I might be reading this wrong. So, yeah, that's good. Let's see. This is a shorted amount of shares. If I look at the chart exchange, I think it shows a lot better. So, back on Friday, it was 62% being shorted. Only 3.3 million shares being traded, right? That's like nothing, you guys. That's like 1% of the company right there. And what we're able to see was a very, like, sharp move higher. So this one on TradingView, it shows a lot higher volume. It's like 4.89 million shares being traded. So I don't know what the discrepancy there is. Perhaps this is only reported. So that's the volume being reported. So yeah, I don't know why the number is different here. Can't understand it myself, but yeah, I just want to show all of you that. Yeah, nothing about this company is like, I feel like normal, right? it's always something. But what I've noticed too is that the short interest percentage is kind of lower than 70. But I might be speaking too soon. Wait until tomorrow and see see how it's gonna be. But it's promising that they're not shorting it as much. Perhaps they're ready to close out their position slowly. Yeah, who knows what's gonna happen. But if you look at the Benzinga right here, I thought there was an article about it today, but they were trying to say, oh, Dogecoin might outperform GME or something like that. And so of course, like that, there's a concerted effort to steer people away from the actual company of GameStop, right? Yeah, I mean, you might be able to catch the run there if you're there on time, but again, you're not buying into any value here, right? It's just meme stock, and whoever the creator of these cryptocurrency is, you need to be careful. Again, they have the supply, you don't. They are the creators, so this is not Bitcoin, this is not Ethereum, right? It doesn't have any underlining value there for you to own, so to speak, right? And the fact that they're emboldened, right, that the SEC doesn't do anything to stop this coin from trading because it's affecting the integrity of the stock market, that's another thing too. So yeah, somebody higher is in play here. So yeah, that's just how my mind works, right? When I looking into this, and it's like, really you go after XRP, but you don't go after this type of thing that commit fraud, actually committing fraud right now, mimicking a publicly trading company. But again, nobody's gonna help retail out, right? If this is done with Apple, if this is done with Nvidia or whatever, I doubt the the SEC chairman's gonna sit tight and not doing anything at all. And so again, they go after the real project out there that is trying to solve real world problem. Well, in my opinion anyway, XRP, I know like there's some controversial about the actual coin itself, But to me, they're actually there trying to solve real world problem here. That's why I owned it. But these type of coins is just to take advantage of people, in my opinion, right? A girl could have their own opinion. Hi Manuel, thank you for joining. Yeah, I don't have much today. I'm only here for a short segment here. But you know what I've noticed too? There's a lot of layoff recently, and there's huge ones too. Like look, 15,000 jobs right there. Tech layoff in January. CEO fire entire company in 2 minutes. Oh shit. Sorry. Yeah, like big tech out there. These companies posting record high profit here, right? And nobody going after them saying that they're a piece of shit company, right? But when Gamestop is trying to survive, cutting, stores, cutting hours and all this stuff, they're all up in arms about how GameStop is a terrible, shitty company to own or to work for. It's like, where are you? What's that lady's name? Where are you, Hannah Reloaded? Talking about this, how shitty these type of company are. Remember, Google posts a record profit. Microsoft posts a record profit. What do you think Amazon's? It's like, record profit. And they're still laying off people. Right? And so, yeah, what gives? And I bet you anything, if you see the news coverage on this particular one, you would see them making apology. Oh, we were hiring too much back in the pandemic time, and we're just like trimming off certain area here and there just to stay. I don't know what's the term is, but I heard somebody said that earlier. I was like, what the hell? Again, like these type of news, financial news, they're there to protect the people. And of course, they want you to buy into the stock. And the stock is all-time high, obviously. See, record earnings. Like, they don't need to trim off anything, right? And they would still be in profit. It's not like their revenue went down like crazy or earnings went down like crazy. Then I could see why. They would want to cut people jobs. See, $73 billion, and I bet most of it go to stock buyback. It doesn't go back to the economy whatsoever. And of course, like AI thing is a driving force, right? Mark Zuckerberg, Of course, like again, these big tech people, they don't, or company, I should say. They don't care about their working force who have spent their whole life building the company, right? And it's sad. It really is. But what can I do? I'm not the CEO here. And then meanwhile, you have a CEO over here who works for free, and people are like, he's a piece of shit. Okay. He's a failure. It's like, man, where is society have gone to? I'm sorry, I'm babbling here today. It's just like, to me, it's just an upside down way of thinking. It's like, why wouldn't you support a CEO that is doing everything he can to make this company better, right? Right here, better, without dilution, without, taking pay in terms of like, in terms of, like, create a great example for the CEO out there to follow, right? Many CEOs, I know, like most of them are not billionaire, obviously, I get it. they need some motivation to work as a CEO. But again, you're not struggling, right? You're not you don't have to be but again, like those type of CEO, obviously they're following what their shareholder base wants, right? And since most of them are corporate landlord themselves, they're gonna try to, the CEO will try to please the investor as much as they can. And so they're not gonna innovate anything. They're not gonna make, spend money or want the CEO to spend money to do any type of new projects whatsoever. And if they do, what they usually do sometimes is they would hire as many people as possible to get off the market, like the most talented engineer, just so that other company don't have those engineer, right? Those high talent people. And those high talent people who are having so much salary themselves, they don't have anything for them to work on. It's like, oh, you just sit tight and work on this small little project here. And again, that's why you don't see any massive innovation whatsoever. It's not that we don't have the brain capacity to invent something great here. It's just that the shareholder of Apple, for example, they don't want to spend money to innovate anything. And that's why we're stuck in this limbo of not having the money to spread to the economy, because the money stays up top. Whoever owned the most Apple, gets to benefit from that. And also they get to benefit from being monopoly over the tech space, right? And it's going to get worse, obviously, if you allow, if you allow these type of CEO to roam free. And this is why it's so refreshing to me to see a CEO of Ryan Cohen type, right? And so long as people still don't realize that you have more power than you think, right? Because you just have to diverse your money to the company that you support, right? Hopefully this is a good company. I'm not saying that Ryan Cohen is impervious of doing evil things, right? It just to me currently he's not doing anything evil, in my opinion, right? Of course I don't know the guy, but based on his action, I haven't seen anything that I don't like yet. And so yes, currently I'm supporting this company, and again, I'm biased, right? If you just joined in, the things that I want to show people always is to go into the balance sheets and look for it yourself. And yeah, so we're about to post a profitable quarter, just so you know, if you don't. So tentatively, we still don't know the date yet, and I'm sure within a couple of days we're gonna announce the date. I'm sure Ryan Cohen's like, I'll wait until the last minute to kind of surprise people when we're gonna report the earnings call. But it's coming, it's within this month, and I'm excited to see it. Will we do amazingly to the point where we're gonna knock everyone out of the park? Or what, I mean, even just $8 million more, right? We would be breaking even already, right? In my opinion, anyway. I don't know. I'm just excited to see what the number would be. Of course, there's my prediction is like perhaps we're gonna be able to kind of reach this. What is it? No, this one right here. If we could post this one, oh my goodness, we would be like $300 million right there. Right? $300 million if we were able to sell this much right here. But yeah, at $300 million, our retaining earnings would be positive right here. Oof. If we flip positive on this one in just 1/4, that's the most important thing, right? Because we could issue a dividend right there, 1 cent a share type thing. So if we could issue dividends again, yeah, it's game over type thing. But will we though? I don't think Ryan Cohen would issue a dividend quite yet. I'm sure he might want to use all that money as much as he can. I would much rather him put it in the marketable security, right? Right there. And again, that's just a top, it's like a AAA collateral, right? Assuming that the US is still standing, right? That we're not collapsing yet. But that is a pristine AAA asset class right there. And so with that, you could leverage all sorts of things when it's time to do that. And I think this is why Apple is so big and, so stable, because again, they have a lot of marketable security here. With that, like I said, when the times come when, you could over leverage or at least leverage out your asset again, this is what is going to give the bank the security to lend us money in order to expand more and more at a very favorable terms, right? But knowing Ryan Cohen, though, we have enough money. We'd rather sit on that money to collect interest rather than paying interest to other people in order to expand to certain things. So in my opinion, that's much better than borrowing to expand, right? I'm just saying, like, if they want to expand, they can very easily with those type of asset in the bank. So and that's the thing that people don't realize, how amazing that ability could be when everybody's turning into, like, when everybody is scrambling for that type of collateral again. It's gonna be so much easier for GameStop to go to the bank and say, hey, I have this asset, give me this, if they want to, right? And just saying. And so again, if you want to grab that opportunity of buying whatever company to expand, right? And remember too, we're a holding company here, so we are able to do that now. Like, we don't even need the bank's money to do it. And so that's another, another things about GameStop that people don't want you to think about. People, I'm saying, like mainstream media, right? There's so many things that GameStop could do. But again, like, people are too worried about AMC. People too worry about what, saying AMC to the moon type thing, right? This type of thing. This guy, of course, been pumping AMC. Let's see. I just saw something, this guy right here.
Welcome, everyone, and thank you for tuning in to hear my trading and market updates. This is Uncle Frank, and I'm not a financial advisor, nor is any of the content to be construed as financial.
But anyway, it's just the title alone, like, management is not helping Wall Street. They are Wall Street, okay? It's like, well, I don't know. Again, like, they have the ability to make it sound like GME and AMC is the same thing. So I'm sure they're gonna trick a whole bunch of people to think that way as well. So, I'm not worried about that. I'm just worried about people who are just joining in and not knowing the backstory. I need to watch this one real quick. And I just saw you, Mirance. Yes, I am watching, and thank you for joining. I'm kind of on my way out too, so I'm sorry. Just here quickly, just look at the jobs layoffs so far, and my schmeal is that I remember Hannah Reloaded when you were doing the debate with her, and she pointed out something that we're doing cuts to the 401k and all that stuff, right? And it's like, if you can't even afford benefit for employee, why do you bother being a company or whatever, right? And I'm thinking, like, how about these companies out of here, right? Right now, Google and Microsoft, Amazon, every single one of these companies are making money left and right? But then they're still cutting jobs, right? What the hell? And again, like, they're not companies that are struggling, like, to make ends meet here, right? While GameStop is actually, I'm not saying we're struggling, but we're on the precipice of doing a great thing here. But before that, if we hadn't cut jobs and cut out those things, but again, like, those things are because of the old leadership. We were expanding, that's why we had to cut back. I'm not saying that we're struggling right now, but 3 years ago, if we had 5,000 stores still, we would have been struggling. And so that's why we're cutting back and all that stuff in order to be able to breathe, right? But with Google, they're not struggling. Why are they laying off people like crazy, right? And the sentiment is that, the reason why they lay off is because they overhired for pandemic and all that stuff. BS, right? BS, in my opinion anyway. Meanwhile, we have a CEO that works for free, and people still think that this guy is a failure. Ryan Cohen is a failure. Ryan Cohen doesn't deserve this, doesn't deserve that. I'm like, really? Where is Hannah Reloaded, going after this company that is laying off people like crazy right now when they're posting a record high profit? Look, I mean, $73 billion net profit right there, right? And I bet you anything, most of this would go to stock buyback. Like, it doesn't go back to the economy. And that's the most frustrating part that in the American economy, right? We did such a great things about, the stock market, how the capitalism system is such a great. I'm not knocking it. Of course, it creates so much wealth for people, but man, I don't think it's creating anything wealth for the working class here. I'm sure these employees that are there, they're spending time building the company that is Google, right? Now I'm hoping that they're not laying off like senior executives and all that stuff, right? I highly doubt it. Or high paying, employee here. I'm sure that, it reminded me of Ryan Cohen. Hold on, let me see. Let's see. I think I showed this one before where he was like, right here. So, you have CEOs like this that is very, to me, he's in touch with what is going on, right? And this picture here, for those of you who are just listening and not, on the road or something like that. So you have an HR manager. They're just standing around and watching Dave over here, working class. Dave is a working class. They're just like, he's doing all the work, right? But while these people are just standing there watching them do the job, but when it comes to cutting, they're cutting Dave out of the work, right? Due to the cutbacks, we're gonna have to fire Dave, right? And so those that get fired, that usually are the people who are actually building the company, right? So it's just how corporate America works, right? But to me, Ryan Cohen is a different class of CEO here. So that's why I'm supporting this company. And I'm hoping, there's a lot of people who understand that dynamic and try to change, the way that they invest in the company or invest in the stock market in general, right? That they would support, in my opinion anyway. Just pick a CEO that you like, that you admire and all that stuff, and go with that, right? But to me, the CEO that, I'm sure there are shareholders of Apple, love Tim Cook or whatever, right? But Tim Cook obviously has the job of pleasing shareholder here, so which is fine, right? I don't have the money to buy, to be rich buying Apple right now because it's over priced already. I don't have the fortune to buy Apple at $1 a share. Okay, so at that time I wasn't old enough yet, so but anyway, it's just my rant here. Thank you, Benoit, for being a great friend, BFF, because keeping making video. Oh, thank you, appreciate you. BFF. I know you're funny, but yes, Be More is great. We're done the research. This is just verification now. Of course. I'm so fortunate, honestly. Like, I'm so fortunate to find this company now, right? And think about this company in a better light. Of course, like, most of it's thanks to Marantz as well. But, of course, like, my own research on Ryan Cohen was the one that kind of made me, like the company more and more, and like the direction of where Ryan Cohen could be, could take this company. And the fact that he's only following GameStop, right? It just makes me think that he is focused on making this company his legacy. Period, right? And so, yeah, thank you for all that kind word. Yes. But yeah, the reason why I'm here is I'm hoping somebody would look at this and kind of at least not listening to the mainstream media about this company, right? That at the very least take a look at the balance sheets yourself, right? And when they're trying to steer you away from GME, this seems to be a concerted effort, and we know this, by the articles being written, how Dogecoin and these meme coins gonna do much better than the actual stock itself. You better take a look at that, right? Why are they trying to do that? And also, too, we all know what it is about AMC, right? AMC has been tethered to GameStop for a long time, and we all know this, and it's still going on till these days, right? So just be careful, honestly. If you're just new to this, I highly recommend you to watch Moran's rants right here. If you haven't subscribed already, this guy is the one to watch about AMC, about every meme stocks out there. So that is, it's like the second GME or whatever that never was, right? And so watch them. Okay. Alright, so that's all I have, you guys. I'm gonna sink my teeth into his newest video here. So thank you for joining.